homecoming game. It's been a stellar season for the Timberwolves quarterback. We're deemed certain to win the Heisman Trophy this year, but all those dreams came crashing down amidst scandalous rumors of sexual deviation at this highly religious university.
As we reflect on last night's events, it is important to remember that for every one verse about God's grace and love and mercy and compassion, there are also two verses about God's vengeance. And that may remind you of an amazing gift. A gift that he has given us. Do you know it? I would hope so. It's his written word, the Bible, our playbook for life's challenges. And like God, who was this great architect, we must follow the examples of the Bible to expose sin and sinners for what they are. Look, there she is. We want to warn the nation, let them know that God is not going to let this country get by, and for that we praise God.
Nice backpack. Did your moms get that for you, Curtis?
Curtis? More like Turtis.
Turtis? Oh my God, that's awesome. Emily Turtis. That's what we're gonna call you from now on.
Please pass.
Can I please pass?
Paula! Annabelle! Report to homeroom. Immediately.
Yes, Mr. Thompson.
Thank you.
Left, third down, ball on the Pirates' 30-yard line.
Line hoping to get some protection from an offensive line that's been beaten consistently all evening. Too much air under that one. Fourth down.
Timberwolves down to their last chance. 9 seconds remain.
Line facing the very first loss ever in an illustrious college career.
All right, fine. Trust your instincts. Have faith. Opportunity, you take it, all right?
So it all comes down to this play. Very good
Hillbiter. Going in motion there.
Pirates showing the blitz. Receiver in motion. Now two receivers on each side. Crowd is on their feet.
This is what it's all about.
Line surveying the field. Checking down now. The receiver in motion. Notice he blitzed. Line dropping back.
Pirates are blitzing.
Let it wide close the ball down and starts to run. 35, 30. Nine steps to tackle. 25. Gets the block. 15.
Line's going for it. Look at that.
10 to the 5.
I don't believe what I just saw. Jude Klein just pulled the proverbial victory from a sure defeat.
What a general on that field. Wolves 20, Pirates 19. First streak continues.
They just captured everything and more tonight. Hey, Jude, does your victory dance to the delight of those fans?
Well, let's just hope the men's team now can catch some legitimate fire. Yesterday's loss puts them at 0-4 thanks to Phil Butterfingers Bradley's 3 fumbles.
Feel the love on that field tonight. The MVP thought they will not stop them tonight. No way, Jude. That's the pros calling you, girl.
Do you have anything else to confess in God's name? But there's something else I want to talk about. That's okay? Proceed, my child. I feel like I only live for my fans. Like, everybody only knows Jude Klein, the football player, not Jude Klein, the real person. It just feels like nobody knows who I am. You know what I mean? Like I'm going through the motions. I'm not really connected to it. But you have to trust in God's path for you and accept his journey for you. That's tailor-made. Bless you, Jude. You're gonna do God's work.
I like your game.
Mouth to spout, right, boys? Let's mouth to spout. On your knees, pledge. Ready? Go easy on him, okay? Yeah, we got you. Come on, let's go. Chuck. I said easy, Bill. Chuck. Come on, this is a pledge. Come on, fatty, let's do it. Hey, come on. I got it. Go. Come on. Come here. Hey, look, I know we can be big, but in my mind, you're already an official OTP, all right? I got you.
Okay, well, we're gonna mingle. I just really okay, have fun. Hey, great game today, Jude.
Oh, thank you.
So, do you think next time maybe you could just pretend to be interested? Those kind of girls can really make or break me from becoming queen. Thank you.
Why don't you take that? And I'm gonna go find the bathroom.
Okay, we'll come back quick. It's a little easier to mingle when you have the star quarterback on your arm.
Okay, be quick. Oh, you taste like chips.
Oh, this is great. Wine?
Yeah, the last man.
Wine.
Yeah. There's another bathroom on the other side of the house.
Wanna face the crowd again? Never ends.
Jude Klein? Can I get a picture? Can you take our picture?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, of course.
Wow.
Thanks so much.
Yeah.
Homie.
So embarrassing.
Hey, you're a popular girl.
Huh? Would have been a different story if I lost the game.
Yeah. But you actually haven't lost the game since your freshman year at Victory High, where you started all 4 seasons. And then you were recruited by all of the big conference schools. And now here you are, star quarterback of the Western Indy Timberwolves. And now you're going to lead them to their potentially first undefeated season ever.
I'm sorry, who are you?
I'm Ryan Morris, sports journalism. I'm actually doing a cover story on you for The Observer.
A cover story, huh?
Hey, pledge. You in line?
Yes. You can take my spot, brother.
Hey, we're not your brothers, Pledge. We're your betters.
Right. Sorry if I offended you.
Sorry to interrupt you guys, but I've been trying to get in touch with Ryan all week about the story for the paper. So,
Sorry, Jude. I didn't recognize you out of uniform. Awesome game today.
oh, thanks, Bill. Hey, I saw your playback of the game. You got totally screwed, dude. They should throw a flag on that play.
Yeah. Well,
Once the media labels you Butterfingers, you can't really come back from that. So, but thanks anyway.
See you later, boys.
thank you so much. It's nothing like drunk frat boys.
Oh, that's because you haven't been around drunk sorority girls.
Hey, I'll let you go ahead of me. Only if you let me interview you.
Okay. Tomorrow after practice?
Okay.
Cool.
Hi, konnichiwa. Hey, Jumbo. Welcome to the neighborhood. We brought muffins.
Thank you.
I'm Karen Curtis. This is my daughter, Emily.
Hi.
Hi. It's a bad time. We can come back.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry. Please come in. I'm Susan. Hi. For you.
Oh, thank you.
Hope you like Bran.
Well, please excuse the mess. We're still settling in.
Oh, no, don't worry. Moving in is such a nightmare, especially with children. Do you have kids?
Not yet, but we're talking about it.
Nice. Which one of you is going to carry?
Oh, definitely me.
Me too. I loved it. We both did, actually. Having a kid is a wonderful experience.
Mom, look at how pretty this picture is.
Honey, you see my keys? The nurse just called. She's awake, so I need to get over there.
I think we caught you at a bad time.
Honey, look, the neighbors brought us muffins.
Oh, that's very neighborly.
I'll let you finish what you're doing.
Sorry, I'm on call this weekend, so.
Oh, but maybe next week we can have dinner.
Yeah, sure. I do have to check with my wife. You know, we have very busy schedules, but I will get back to you. Come on, Emily.
Nice meeting you.
It was really nice to meet you too, Emily.
Take care.
When are we gonna have dinner with them?
Sweetie, I'm sorry, that's not gonna happen.
Why not?
Well, it just can't.
But you said you wanted to make them feel welcome.
I did. But that was before.
Before what?
Before I knew they were Rose.
What's a row?
Heterosexual.
Well, what's a heterosexual?
Something you're too young to know about. I'm okay with it, but your mother would never associate with them. Come on.
I know, but why?
Why is there sky?
I don't know, because God made one.
Good answer.
God blesses you on this day and forgives all those that ask his forgiveness. Proceed, my child. Since our last conversation, I decided to let go of expectation and be a little bit more like I am on the field. Present, you know what I mean? You know, I feel like my life is, it's like a big practice session. Like I keep waiting for the big game never comes. Give yourself to the fervor of his word and comfort yourself in your faith. Okay? You're on the field, and your focus is on the ball. Your adrenaline surges as the ball snaps.
All right. I'm seeing a lot of heart out there. I like heart. Get the showers, get some rest, ladies. That's it.
Your hands sting from the impact of the ball. There's just nothing else that makes me feel more alive. You scan the field for a receiver. Your heart starts pounding. So you can feel the defense closing in on you. Takes me beyond anything in my real life. I wish life was like that. Did you get all that?
Yeah. It's great. I feel like I'm right there with you.
And Jude, God bless you. Good game on Saturday. You keep those wins coming.
Thanks for meeting me.
Yeah, anything for the fans. I should go.
Yeah, of course.
See ya.
See you around.
All right, well, Curtis. Curtis. You have to actually throw the ball.
I tried, Coach.
Well, try harder. I don't know, or maybe try drama club. I don't know.
My mom told me to play football.
Well, you know, football's not for everyone. Hey, Santilli, help Curtis out of her gear.
Yes, Coach.
All right, show's over. Let's go!
Come on, Emily. Here. Let me take your helmet. Turn around towards the bleachers so they don't see you cry.
Am I scared of that? What is it? What is this?
She can be really mean sometimes. At least she didn't yell at you in front of everybody. That's the worst.
Did she do that to you?
Yeah. Told me I was so uncoordinated. Even Jesus wouldn't want to play with me.
how'd you end up being the equipment manager?
My dad's begged the coach not to cut me from the team, so she made me the towel boy of the girls' team.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I don't listen to her when she's really mean like that. Neither should you.
I know it's kind of dorky, but sometimes I wish the school had a croquet team. I'm good at that.
No way. Me too.
Really? You want to come over and play it sometime?
Sure.
Maybe like Saturday.
Hey, Four Eyes, quit your gum flapping. Get me some water.
Coming, coach. See you Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh, what is this? Not the bucket. A cup.
Okay.
He woke me up this morning. Look at that. It's perfect. This is exactly the kind of inspiration that our congregation needs. I love it. Reverend Rachel. Hey, Bill, how are you? What can I do for you? Really? Okay, well, have you been praying about it? Well, you're doing God's work. You let the Lord be with you, and all your questions are going to be answered. Talk to you soon. Bye. Look what I have. Let me see that shot. It's so good. That is so good. Yes.
CBS News wants to do an exclusive on today.
Oh, I think we've done enough for today. Reverend Rachel.
With all the admired beauties of Verona, go thither. Thither? Thither. That makes sense.
Hey, Ben. What's for dinner? How about pizza?
Check the menu drawer. What else we got?
Remember when we used to cook for each other? I miss that. So we got Chinese, Thai, Japanese. You feeling any of these? Dave. David. Dave.
Huh. Sorry.
What's going on?
I am just rewriting Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet.
Why?
Well, I thought we should do it as Will originally intended.
Which would be?
Romeo and Juliet.
Oh, all right.
That should get people talking, right?
Babe, you know, I love you and I support all of your causes, but...
But what?
This is a hot topic right now.
Yeah.
And this will most definitely put you on the good Reverend Rachel's radar. Believe that.
Who cares? I don't care. Bring it on, please. What's her problem anyway? Why is she so fixated on the hetero issue?
You don't know?
If I knew, I wouldn't have asked. What?
I go.
What?
Okay. Her sister left her wife for the church handyman. Right. Left the entire family.
You're kidding me.
Now, they don't tell people, but a few of us are in the know. They keep it quiet.
The Reverend sister is hetero. Maybe she's worried it runs in the family.
Right, so you be careful, my little rebel with a cause, all right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, dinner.
What about pizza? With all the admired beauties of Verona, go thither, and with unattainted eye, compare her face with some that I shall show.
Get it?
And I will make thee think thy swan.
More people so they feel like you're not alone. Hi, really nice to meet you. Disgusting.
Oh, hey guys, Kel wanted me to tell you to vote for her. Don't forget, I mean, you don't have to.
She got my vote? Yeah, mine too. But only because she's your girl, Klein. Yeah.
All right, I'll see you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, we gotta get to class.
Oh, excuse me. Hi. Sorry, I didn't mean to eavesdrop, but I heard you saying that your girlfriend's running for homecoming queen.
Oh, yeah, Kelly Williams.
Yeah, I've seen her posters around, so you must be Jude Klein.
That's me.
Jude Klein. I'm Susan Miller. I'm director of the HAC.
Oh. Oh, it was really nice to meet you, but I should get going.
Oh, hey, listen, do you know, Colin Reese?
Yeah, he's the best quarterback of the men's league.
Well, he just became a member of the Alliance, and he's a good friend of mine.
Wow, he supports hetero rights?
Yeah, he better. He just came out.
They're still letting him play?
The world
It's changing, Jude. Slowly, but it's changing. If you could join the Alliance or someone like you, it would mean so much.
No, I'm not gay.
Oh, you know, you don't have to be hetero to be in the Alliance. It's just
Sorry.
Jude, I'm so sorry.
You okay?
Thanks. It's probably just a sprain.
Is there anything I can get you?
No, thank you. Just walk it off.
Are you sure? I didn't break the star quarterback?
No, it's fine.
Well, maybe you should just walk out of the dorm just to be safe.
Yeah. Do you need help or something?
Hi, did you get a button? Here you go, vote for Kelly. Thank you. Vote Kelly. Did you get a button?
To the jugs.
Some pledge thing. I don't know. It's supposed to build stamina? Thank you. Thank you. Ego boost. So, what are you doing at that booth?
It was some heterosexual rights club or something like that.
I started a club like that in high school.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, that was very progressive of you.
My moms didn't think so. They freaked out, actually. They're really religious, so...
You're not?
No.
Did you go to a religious university?
Well, it was the only scholarship I got, so... Here I am.
Okay, well, how am I supposed to... Oh, Kelly, here, take a button. Thanks for coming. How am I supposed to get these out if they're broken, Kim?
I was really proud of you.
Don't talk so much.
Jude! Hey!
Hey,
Hey!
what's going on, man?
It's my golden girl. What's going on with your leg?
Oh, nothing. I tripped. I sprained it.
You okay?
So, pink, hot pink? Hot or pink, light pink, whatever. Just make sure they're pink.
Yes, I'm good.
Should I call Coach?
No.
Sure.
Yes, I'm good.
Okay. Come here. Hey, promise me you see the trainer in the morning?
You got it.
Love you.
Love you.
He's a big guy.
Yeah, he is. He's actually my offensive coordinator. He calls all the plays. He's awesome. He's got my back. Hey, I could set you up with him.
Oh, no, that's okay. He's, not really my type.
Make sure you vote. Okay. Vote's coming up really soon. Thank you. I'll text you later.
All right. I'll see you.
All right. Bye.
Jude. Hi.
Hi, babe. What are you doing here?
I was just going to say hi. I texted you, but I didn't hear back.
I tripped and sprained my ankle.
Shoot, are you okay?
Yeah. The ice.
Sorry. Hi. So, the KAs are having a fundraiser after the game on Saturday, and I said that you would stay and sign autographs. I think it would really help my vote. Hey, do you think if I win the crown, your friend Ryan would do a story on me?
I'll ask him.
Are you gonna be able to play on Saturday? Yes. Oh, come on, not again.
I can't help it. Told you I was the champion. Joseph!
I'm gonna get you for that.
No! No!
Better run. I gotta get home. Rematch?
You bet.
Bye, Emily.
Bye.
How was youth group today?
fun?
Yeah, it was fun.
Here we go.
Wait a second.
I want you to talk to me, Paul. Who's the attitude?
Here we go.
Yes.
Look at those guys, huh?
I'm home.
Hey, just in time.
Tuckus.
All right. Hey, sweetheart, would you say grace for us? Thanks.
Dear Lord, we thank you for this bounty you provided for us. Please bless the hands that prepared this food. In your name we pray. Amen.
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 All righty. One, yes, sir. All right.
So how was your play date?
It was fun. We played croquet.
Nice. Who won?
Emily did.
Emily Curtis?
It's Curtis.
She's a weirdo.
No, she's not.
She's a total freak.
Hey, Paula, we don't call people names in this house, right?
Well, she is. You shouldn't be friends with her.
It is perfectly okay for boys to be friends with girls.
No, it's not. Reverend Rachel says it's a sin.
That's not what she meant.
And what does she mean, Dad?
You know how during the breeding, the periods, breeding periods, when a couple agrees on having a child, they, well, in order to have the kid, they go to a woman and a man. And, yeah, well, you know what? That's the right idea, son. We don't want to see you end up like those kids from the university.
What kids?
Never mind. It's enough chatter.
Oh, you know what? I totally forgot the
Pass me the mic,
cilantro.
please. Game's on.
Be right back.
Porter's got game.
Look who it is. It's that quarterback. What are you doing here?
Oh my gosh. Oh, yeah, I didn't know you can play.
Think fast. Oh, so she plays football and basketball.
That's right. Wanna play?
Nah, I don't think so.
Come on.
You're too good.
Oh, psych. Oh.
It's gonna be like that.
Here it is.
Let's go. Come on. Pretty nice.
Baby.
Let's go.
Good game, man. Seriously, good game. What's up, guys?
Yeah, you too.
Jude.
How you doing?
Doing good.
Good. See ya.
Good. Look who it is. My favorite pledge. Looking good out there, Ryan.
Thank you.
Wanna play?
Sure.
Good morning, my brothers and sisters. I want to welcome you all to the house of God. And everyone is welcome, even sinners. But today, let's get real. I am saddened to the core of my soul, as I believe that you are as well.
Where are you taking me?
You'll see.
Because a sinner who is not saved cannot reform, and they will sadly suffer the consequences of the wrath of God.
Love this. Where'd you find this place?
The frat guys come up here sometimes, but I've always thought it's just really pretty, so.
This is awesome. I haven't been on one of these things since I was a kid.
Cool, right?
Yeah. You know how to turn the thing on?
Maybe. I think it's just missing a couple parts, but Nothing I can't fix. Hey, think fast.
We are living in a very rapidly changing time, a time that promotes things like equality. They teach our innocent children that they can love whomever they want to love, even someone of the opposite sex. Can I get an amen on that? These values break the moral compass that our children were born with. This is their birthright. Now I'd like to clarify something. Our God that tells us thou shalt not kill is the same God that says, mankind shall not lie with womankind. You don't get to just pick what you please. It's all or nothing with the Lord. So really, if you say it's okay to be gay, you're saying it's okay to kill. Do you think God wants us to kill? Of course not. That is how I see it. And that is how it is reflected to us in the words of our holy Bible. And for that we praise God. Amen. You all to stand and let's raise our voices in praise. You know, some years ago, they hid behind closed doors, as they should have. As they should still. But now it's okay to let them do it openly, brazenly, at their public parades and even in our streets. Now, they mock us. They live in sin and they live very openly. They live brazenly. They live without remorse. You see this, they're out there marching for equality. Do you think that's right? I don't think so. Can you just imagine, try to put your mind, if we were living in a time when murderers demanded they be given protection and civil rights instead of punishment for their crimes? Why, you would just gasp in amazement, wouldn't you? Yet, you embrace the notion that because someone engages in sex with a person of the opposite gender, that they deserve the same human rights? I don't think so. That's not God's intention. Because the truth is clear. Men and women are equal in God's eyes, but should live separately in same-sex unions, where the most sacred of brotherly and sisterly love can bloom, as is His design. They will work together in humble donation during the breeding season, so new sons and daughters can be brought forth to carry God's holy and very beautiful and blessed message. We shall not subject ourselves to the breeding tendencies of animals who show no restraint. I know that many of you are troubled by these events that we have been going through as a community, as am I. We are going to pray for these sinners, right? That's what we're going to do because we believe in God.
For I have sinned. It's been 2 weeks since my last confession. God blesses you on this day and forgives those that ask His forgiveness. Proceed, my child.
I'll get you.
I've been having impure thoughts. I can't make the thoughts go away. I don't know if I want to. Giving into your physical desires is a selfish act, and to act on that lust is sinful. Yes, Reverend.
Does anyone know what this word means? Hetero. Yes, Joe.
Hetero is short for heterosexual, means when a person is attracted to people of the opposite sex.
Yes. Does anyone in this class know any heterosexuals? No? Well, what if I told you there is one right here in this classroom. Right here with us today. And here he is. Would you believe the world's most famous playwright, William Shakespeare, was actually a heterosexual? And he wrote his most famous play, Romeo and Juliet, for his secret lover, the Duchess of Southampton. This is a copy of Romeo and Juliet. Yes.
What does that mean, Mr. Thompson?
Well, that means Juliet will be played by a girl. I know, it's a big change, but it is our job as artists to not only entertain, but to also enlighten. Now, I hope the girls here will jump at the opportunity to play one of the juiciest roles ever written.
Oh my God, that's so sweet.
Okay, now auditions are next week. Everyone must prepare something.
I'm so excited, aren't you?
I guess so.
You'd make a great Romeo.
You think so?
Yeah, and maybe if I got Juliet, we could practice our lines together.
That'd be really cool.
Seriously? Ew. Romeo and Juliet? That's so queer. What are you, Emily? Some kind of row?
What? No. Why'd you go ahead and kiss him, Emily? Stop. Kissing.
Row. 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 Row.
Hey, what's going on here? What's happening here, Emily? I'm talking to you. Who started this?
Nobody.
Nobody? And you? What about you? Who are you supposed to be?
Language.
We'll get to it. Let's go. How about you? Who are you supposed to be?
Math.
We'll get there. Come on.
Scared me. Oh, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? I feel like I should be the one asking you that.
I'm not a mind reader, Cal. Come on.
You said you couldn't hang out tonight because you had to study.
Okay, what is this really about?
I don't know. I miss you, you know? I feel like I never get to see you anymore. And
You're always doing your sorority girl thing and homecoming campaign. I'm sorry if I make you feel neglected.
You don't make me feel neglected.
Okay, good.
I just feel like I miss you. Go ahead, answer it, okay? I know that you want to.
Ed, come here. Up here. Hey.
Hi.
This is more important.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Prove it. I love you so much. I promise I will not stress you out so much with my craziness.
Me too.
Okay, good. Oh, shoot. That's me. Oh, I'm late for my KA meeting. I gotta go, okay? But, we'll see you later, okay?
Okay.
Okay, good. Bye.
asking, right? Stand right here.
Are we?
Keep your eyes closed.
Okay, they're closed.
I'm watching you.
Are you serious?
I'm pretty serious.
Oh my goodness. How did you do this?
I told you I could fix anything.
I like you. I like you.
You are something else.
So?
Oh, yeah. Well, my queen, your chariot awaits. Join me, dear.
You're too much.
Whoa, I'm fine.
You good?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Jude.
Hi.
Hey. It's nice to see you. Come on in.
Hey, I was just curious, you know, what's the deal with the Alliance?
Oh.
Actually just came by to say hi, but I don't have much time, so.
Well, we're a national organization with over 200 memberships in universities, high schools, and junior highs, and our goal is to encourage acceptance.
Did you say junior highs?
Yeah. Kids that age, unfortunately, are really vulnerable to bullying and peer pressure, and we think that an open dialogue can save lives.
What do you mean save lives?
Heterosexuality is the leading cause of teen suicide, and these kids need to know that they're not alone, that there's a place for them to come and talk, or for anybody to come and talk. Is there something you want to talk about?
No.
This place is safe and confidential.
That guy that I bumped into when I first met you.
Oh, yeah. Ryan, right?
Mm-hmm. I don't know. First, I just thought it was cool to talk to him and stuff. And then we were playing basketball and something happened. I don't know, it's like I woke up. And I don't know, just I wanted to push it away. But I don't know, when we touched again, it was like this feeling came over me and that I did not want to stop. I know that this is wrong, but I don't know, it just feels so right. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Some people are born attracted to the same sex. Some people are born attracted to the opposite sex. I prefer to think of it as giving love and being loved in return. And the rest is just plumbing. Does he feel the same way about you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah? That makes things a lot easier.
Yeah. I mean, we've only kissed, but it's like the best kiss. Oh my God, I can't stop thinking about him.
That's wonderful. And it's not going to be an easy path. I mean, you're gonna have to tell your friends and your family.
Wait, no. I can't tell anybody. No. Okay, I play football, and I'm not a poster child for hetero rights.
Well, you're falling for him, aren't you?
Yeah, well, football. I love football way more, so I gotta go. I'm sorry.
You can have both.
But soft, what light through yonder window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon.
What the hell do you think you're doing?
What?
Hey, are you trying out for that stupid gay play? Huh? You're not doing that play. And you're never talking to that ugly roe, Emily Curtis, ever again.
You can't tell me what to do.
Yes, I can. Bad enough you're a geek face, but if you turn out to be a roe on top of that, it'll make you wish you were never born.
Loser.
Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo? Deny thy father and refuse thy name? Or if that... Wherefore art thou, Romeo? Deny thy father and refuse thy name. Or if that... Or if that will not be but sworn, my love, I will no longer be a Capulet.
Might need these.
How'd you get those?
I have my ways. After you.
So quiet. Oh, it's perfect.
Jude, you mind if I take a seat with you? I like it when it's quiet here, too. How you doing, Jude? You seem happy. Things are going well for you.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, the team's on a roll and scouts are out. Everything's great. Nev, how about you and Kelly? How are you doing?
Can I be honest with you, Evan?
I think that I'm in love with the person that God wants me to be with. And our love, it's so easy. It's like we just fit together. You know what I mean? You're not talking about Kelly, right? That's not right, Jude.
I know, I tried.
Listen to me, Jude. You cannot lead a person on like that. You need to go and let her know. And then you bring your new girlfriend here. Together, we're gonna pray together for forgiveness because deceit is a sin. Let's pray on that together. In a minute. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread and forgive us our trespasses as well.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time! Come on out, boys! Welcome back! Yes! All right! Who is next? Let's see. You, Walter. All right. You're up. Big wall. Oh, lucky boy. Gets to spend 7 minutes with Ryan. All right, it's your choice. 7 minutes in heaven, 7 minutes in hell. You know what you say. Get off of me.
Hey, Ryan? It's just a game.
I guess it's time for, hell then.
No, just back off, all right?
Hey, why are you acting like such a candy-ass row, huh? Oh. Wait. Unless you are a row.
I'm not a row.
Row. Hey!
Then prove it. I don't have to prove anything.
Yes, you do.
Oh, come on. Look, Walter's got this gorgeous fat face waiting for you. Oh, the cushion for the cushion.
Piggy, it's a fat little piggy. Oink for us, boy. Hey, I said oink. Oink. Oink.
Jesus, he smells like one, too. Come on.
Right.
Move.
Hey, you walk out of here and you can kiss this fraternity goodbye.
Fine with me.
Ryan? Don't do this, okay?
Are you coming?
I can't. I need this.
You do not need this. You are being degraded.
This is all I got. Come on, Brian. Stop.
Let him go. Good choice, Walter. Walter. Step right up. 50 bucks for whoever is man enough to go into the closet with the piggy. How about you?
Who wants cornbread? Who wants some cornbread? I bet you do. Did you wash your hands?
I don't know.
Good answer. Emily, Did you tell your mom you're trying out for the school play?
The school play? What happened to the football team?
I got cut.
Do I pay for all that coaching?
I'm sorry, Mom. I'm not that coordinated.
So, what's the play?
Romeo and Juliet. I'm trying out for Juliet.
Well, that's wonderful, isn't it?
It's terrific.
Mr. Thompson rewrote it for girls. Did you know that Shakespeare wrote it for his secret lover, the Duchess of Southampton?
Wait, what role did you say you were trying out for?
Juliet.
And who's playing Romeo?
Hopefully Ian Santilli.
But he's a boy, honey. I thought you said it was being rewritten for girls.
Only Julia's part. Mr. Thompson says we're gonna enlighten the school about tolerance.
Did you know about this?
Well, I did sign a consent for her rehearsals, but,
Bad enough these heteros are moving into our neighborhood. Now they want their perverted lifestyles taught in our schools? No. No way, you're not doing that play. You're not doing this kind of crap. Give me that. I'm not having this. No, ma'am. This is garbage. Oh, crap. Who does this Mr. Thompson think he is? Putting our kids in these adult situations? If he's not careful, he's gonna end up with another situation. It's like the one at the university. What's the name of the principal?
Henry Birdsell, but I'm gonna call him tomorrow.
Yes, can I get a number for Henry Birdsell, please?
Honey, I will call him tomorrow. Go wash your hands.
Thank you. You know I'm right about this. I don't like to look at my results. No. Hold on. If this is okay, I'm not gonna put her in that position.
Thanks.
Hey, come here. Hey. Hey, sorry I'm late. I was talking to Reverend Rachel.
It's okay. I'm used to being last on your list.
Kelly, stop it.
No, it's fine. That's okay. I know you have a lot going on. Here, take a button.
Can we talk?
Did you know that your friend Ryan was kicked out of his fraternity?
What? Why?
Yeah, here you go. Thanks. They think he's a closet hetero.
Really?
Isn't that funny?
Wow.
Here you go. Vote for Kelly.
It's really surprising.
Did he ever try anything with you?
No. No, that's disgusting.
Right, okay. Here, take a sucker. Vote Kelly.
Hey, Cal, I need to be honest with you. Kelly, Reverend Rachel thinks that we should end this.
So you told her what's going on?
Yeah.
And her answer was for you to break up with me.
Yeah.
And you chose to do it here, in public.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I don't know how to do this. I don't know. I just know that it's not right for me to lead you on.
The vote is tomorrow, and we need to keep this between us until then, okay? Because I need to figure out how to go public with it.
Go public with it? What are you talking about?
Yes, Jude, we are a celebrity couple on campus, and things need to be handled a certain way. Here, take a button, thanks.
Kelly, I'm sorry.
You owe me this, okay? Here you go. Vote for Kelly. Do you want a picture with Jude Klein? Smile. I need votes. Here, put this on.
I tried to cleanse that sinner, I really did. But it didn't help. I still felt the same way inside. So I asked the Lord for a sign.
And when you prayed about this, what did the Lord say?
Revelations 16. And then I knew it was done. Thank you, God. He said that if I cleanse sin wherever I found it, that I'd also cleanse myself.
God came down with his divine spirit, and you know what he did? We got a second chance. Amen. He stopped the defilement of our humble community. And we should thank God for that.
If I'm doing God's work, then why do I feel like such a sinner?
These boys believed that what they were doing was acting on behalf of the Holy Spirit to save us. So who are we to judge them?
God bless all sinners that they may walk on the path of the Lord and do his will.
We are going to pray for these sinners. Each of us is going to continue to spread the holy word because these messengers were sent by God.
Reverend Duncan.
And in doing so, this is going to save all of us.
I'm Detective Michaels.
Yes.
My partner, Detective Emerson. I'd like to ask you a few questions about your involvement in the persecution and attempted murder of a young heterosexual.
Sweetheart, stand up. You okay? Try yourself. I'm gonna make sure those girls get punished severely for this. Look, I know this is a tough time for you, but I promise you, you're gonna get through this. You hear me? Emily, you know the only reason those girls do this is because they're jealous of you, right?
Jealous of me?
That's right. Because you know who you are. Most people don't start figuring that out until they're old like me. Now, let's get you another script because I expect to see you at that audition. You understand me?
Yes, sir.
I pray to God for forgiveness. I pray to God for these sinners.
Hey. Take a look at that. So, one of the boys involved in the incident claims to have had a phone conversation with you where you ordered them to do the victim harm. Do you know anything about that?
I'm a woman of faith. I don't believe in giving orders.
All right. I'll rephrase. Where you advise them to do God's work. How about that?
I have many parishioners. I speak to them on a daily basis. I couldn't possibly remember every conversation I've ever had.
Of course not. Of course. Let me ask you a question. You ever watch YouTube?
I don't have time for that kind of thing. I'm busy doing the Lord's work.
Of course you are. Well, one of the things about this generation is that they love to document every aspect of their lives on the internet. Now, most of the time it's inane, but every now and then we find something of real interest. Emerson, lights please.
Oh, wait. I'm gonna call the Reverend. She'll know what to do.
Hey.
Hey, Jude. It's Susan.
What's going on?
Oh, nothing. I just talked to Colin Reese.
He's coming to the game tomorrow.
Are you serious?
Yes, and wait, it gets better.
Are you kidding me? That's like the greatest news I've heard this day ever.
Dinner tomorrow night after the game.
Oh, I do.
Hello? Hello? Jude?
told you we were going public.
How could you do this?
I didn't do this. You did it. And this. Stop. Why? Stop. Why? What, so you can lie to my face again? Please don't touch me. Stop! Tell your little boyfriend that everybody knows. Oh, and have a good game tomorrow.
Yes, Mrs. Fallon, how are you? And we feel the same way. Yes, we do. I understand. I appreciate the call. Yes, we're on top of it. I promise you. Have a good day. Dave.
Yes.
David, how long have you been teaching drama for us here?
I believe 5 years. This is the 6th year.
And how many times have you ever changed a piece of literature to use as a teaching opportunity?
Henry, I would say that I see every piece of literature.
You know what I mean?
How many times have I actually changed the text? No, this is the first.
Why? Why would you do that now? Especially with this topic in particular.
Well, first of all, because it's a really cool idea. Artistically, it has merit, but more importantly, because what happened to Ryan Morris was horrendous.
It was horrendous, exactly. Which is why we shouldn't be reminding the children about it.
Children aren't born with that kind of hatred, Henry. They learn it. And it's our job as educators to make sure...
Hey, hold my calls, please.
I believe it is our job as educators to make sure these kids see the world in the right way, not just intellectually, but morally.
Where I disagree with you. Moral issues are to be handled at home.
You know, this is happening on our time, in our space. What are we supposed to do? We're supposed to... This is happening
Moral
under our
issues
roof.
to be handled by the parents. It's their responsibility, not ours.
So what are we supposed to do? We're supposed to just stand back and watch.
Bullying, David.
I don't think anyone deserves to be beaten or bullied or talked down to because of...
Why are you being so pro-heterosexual?
Well, I'm not being...
David, my phone's been ringing off the hook all morning.
I predicted that. I probably should have talked to you first. I apologize
His
for
parents
that.
want blood.
Okay.
They want blood, David.
Well...
And sorry to say...
It's not that big, it's not that big of a deal.
You can resign today. Okay. For personal reasons, or...
What?
Or...
Come on. Henry, stop
The superintendent said we can fire
The superintendent?
Reverend Rachel made it very clear that if you weren't gone by lunchtime today, it would be hell to pay for him come election time.
She's a reverend. She can't do that.
Yeah, she can. And she will. So, David, this kills me. It breaks my heart. What's it gonna be? Resignation? Termination?
I'm hungry. What's for lunch? These are from yesterday's Jubilee.
Waste not, want not, dear.
Holy shit.
Benson, how many times have I told you to watch your garbage mouth in my house?
I'm sorry, Rachel, but you gotta hear this. Star quarterback outed.
Who?
Jude Klein.
Jude Klein.
It says that her girlfriend Kelly Williams outed her yesterday after she caught her in the act with some guy named Ryan Morris. Oh, listen to this, listen to this. When asked why she posted her pictures all over campus, Williams replied, "According to my mentor, Reverend Rachel, it is my religious duty to expose sin wherever I can find it." Head coach Glenn Thompson said that she's still gonna go pro. That they have scouts from the Packers, the Steelers, and the Patriots all confirmed for tonight's game.
Oh, that's not gonna happen. I told her it was okay. I told her that God was gonna pick out someone just for her.
What are you talking about?
You know, I might have been fooled, but the good Lord is not fooled. No, he is not. He sees truth where truth exists, and he acts accordingly. Press the truth. Praise God, help me. It's time to do God's work.
Benson, I need to focus on family values at the photo shoot.
You're gonna go to that football game, and you're gonna do God's work.
Wait, just me? I'm not ready for that.
Was Noah ready for that? Was Moses ready? No, they were not ready. But they did as God commanded them to do. Now, are you gonna disappoint God today, or are you gonna go do his work?
I'll go do his work.
You're gonna do his work. Come on, let's go, Ashley. Come on.
I need you to hear me, God. Ryan and I said that we decided to take some time apart just so everything can die down, you know? I think that's the right thing to do. Just give me a sign. Our love is not wrong. Please, God, just give me a sign. Just give me a sign. Give me a sign. Give me a sign. Thank you, God.
Poison hath been his timeless end. Oh, child, drunk all and left no friendly drop to help me after. I will kiss thy lips.
Emily, did you know what happened to Mr. Thompson?
What?
He quit.
What?
Or got fired. Jody Ritter was in the office, and they already had, like, over 100 complaints about the play.
What? That's not fair. I'm never gonna get to kiss a boy.
Kiss a boy? What are you talking about? Are you gay? Like a hetero?
I don't know what I am.
You know, Paula was right.
Ian, please.
I can't be friends with you anymore.
Why not?
People are gonna think I'm like you. And it's gross.
Y'all know me to be a man of not too many words. Why wolves? Why do you think we chose the timber wolf to represent the spirit of this team, this school, and this community? 2 words. Pack mentality. Wolf on its own, it can survive, yeah. But it's together that they thrive.
Hey, look! There's Curtis!
They are for each other, always. And that's what we will do. As a team, we will support each other on that field and off.
Well, if it isn't the little queer who wants to kiss my baby brother.
Stop it.
Now, Crusaders, they out there thinking they got our number today. Don't be weak, caught up in petty differences, innuendo. They may attack one of their own for being different, but not us. Not the Timberwolves. See, we're gonna show them we are stronger when we are challenged. And we are stronger when we are attacked.
Do you want to play a game with us?
When one of us is attacked, hell, when we're attacked, we push back. We're gonna go out there, we're gonna run faster, we're gonna hit harder, and we're gonna bring home a victory for all of us. Who are we? Who are we? Team Wolves on 3, let's go. 1, 2, 3.
Look at her body language. Not at all the swagger we're accustomed to seeing from Klein. Will we see the end of her win streak tonight?
Come on, take the field, let's go. Let's go.
Come on, let's just play some football, huh? Let's go.
What are we doing? Come on, take the field. Let's go. Shut it out.
Come on, let's go.
Let's go, ladies. Let's go.
Here we are in the fourth quarter.
5 seconds. On one. Ready? No surprise. Jude is risen above a hostile crowd, usually seen at the Wolves' away games, though.
Klein still in command here, but down by a touchdown. The ball is snapped.
She has Levy down on the sideline.
Touchdown, Timberwolves. Look at that. They can tie the score now with the extra point.
Have you ever seen such desire? In jeopardy, and still
Getting no love whatsoever from her teammates.
sad situation. What's wrong with you? You're sick. You're the clear. Stop. Clear.
If you're just joining us, Jude Klein has brought the Timberwolves back from 21 points down to tie the game at 43 all.
Still, she gets booed by her own fans. Gotta wonder what this is going through her mind. I mean, no doubt her personal choices have disappointed in some way, but you can't find faults with her abilities on the field. You just can't.
And obviously, the team has lost all respect for her despite the performance she showed here tonight. And we're back. Ball on the Crusaders' 20-yard line.
With under a minute in regulation, Crusaders need about 40 yards.
There's the snap. Pass complete to number 24. And, oh, it's a fumble. The Wolves recover. They have the ball.
That's a miracle if you find to legalize it. There you go. So let's kick that field goal and celebrate.
And Coach Thompson not wasting any time at all, getting special teams on the field.
Still a hard game for you. I can pull on second string if you want to.
Klein putting on her helmet. She's not leaving anything to chance. Can't blame her, really.
You know, I haven't seen the quarterback hold since the 80s, but I'm sure Thompson wasn't about to say no to his star player.
This is the kind of move that should tell everyone what Jude is made of.
Scouts out there taking notes?
You know it. You know it.
Now, it looks like the Hubbard's breaking up before Klein can get in.
Hey, you. I just wanted to let you know I was safe. From where I am right now, I have the most amazing view of you and all of your glory. I love you. I'll see you soon.
Klein needs to
Let me go! Ow! You little bitch! Stand
Queer! Smear the queer!
So, for the win here, 43 off, 8 seconds left in regulation. No more timeouts left for either team.
Hey, let's push it to overtime. Smear the queer! So, prepare a little bit of smear the queer. John Queer!
Ball is set after some discussion on the field. Here's the snap. The O-line is letting the Crusaders rush in untouched. The kicker has fallen to the ground.
Do us all a favor, Ren. You kill yourself.
Completely out of hand. Our own team just called a spear play. Nothing to say.
Referees have thrown the flag. Players are actually celebrating, and Klein is still buried underneath a pile of players.
Some people are going to say this is what Klein had coming to her, but come on.
Oh, just a vicious attack. Coaches are running onto the field right now.
Die, breeder!
Klein is not moving, and they're bringing in the stretcher as we speak.
God hates you, Curtis.
Listen to me. We prayed for you, Ryan. We all did. And this is what we came to. Revelations chapter 16. We are here to cleanse you. We're here to cleanse you because we are the 7 angels. And we are doing God's work. Come here. You get that? Good, good. Come on, get up.
Wait, I'm gonna call the Reverend. I don't know what to do.
Reverend Rachel?
Reverend Rachel, it's Bill Bradley from Omega Theta Pi.
Hey, Bill, how are you? What can I do?
We want to save that hetero who's involved with the group. Yes, ma'am. We just need your blessing first.
Well, you're doing God's work. Let the Lord be with you, and all your questions are going to be answered.
You heard it, boys. We're doing God's work. Get him down. Get him.
Congratulations, Reverend. You're now an accessory to a hate crime.
You can't get me. See, oh!
Do I hear trouble? Mom, come quick.
Oh, woman down. Oh, woman must leave. Let me save this dragon.
I think I need a kiss.
Oh, mwah. Let me see.
Tell him I left him $10,000 in the cookie jar if I die.
Oh, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear that. One more time.
Don't forget to fix the car.
Did you know that? Hi, honey. Fix the car. That's the most important part. I made hole. Oh my God.
What is that?
Oh my God. Oh my God, Emily, what happened? Come here, honey. Oh my God, baby.
What happened?
Come here, hon.
Stop.
Honey. Who did this to you?
Nobody.
Emily, what happened to you? I'm talking to you. What happened to you?
Vicky, stop. It's gonna be
Who
okay,
did this?
sweetie. Let me look at this.
Who did this?
Nobody.
It's gonna be okay, honey. Who did this?
Emily, who did this? Emily!
Oh, Santilli and Annabelle Snyder.
Ian's sister. What? Oh.
This is your fault.
What? How is my
You took her
fault?
over to the neighbors. I know about that. Would you go to your room and get cleaned up?
Cooper, earmuffs.
But I want my tanks.
I'm your tanks. Just go play with them in the kitchen. This is my fault.
Yes,
How is this my fault?
Yes, it's your fault. You coddle her. You act like this is normal. Have you seen what they do to these
Keep
kids?
your voice down.
I'm not gonna keep my voice down. I don't feel like keeping my voice down. I've had it.
Daughter that. She is confused.
Confused?
Yes.
My ass. She brings this on herself by acting like that with this play. This is enough of this. I'm not having a breeder growing up in my house.
Do you hear what you're saying?
Yeah, I hear what I'm saying.
No.
Normal. You think I don't know? I trust you. I mean, that's every day. So you can say how to raise these kids. Well, values and the ideas that we talked about when we got here. And here you are.
I gotta go. Jude. Hi. I'm not sure. Called him a few times. But I'm gonna try him again, okay? We'll find him.
Come on! Get him out! Get him out! Get him out! Get him out! Oh, tonight is your night, baby! Here we go! Here we go! Oh, that's right, that's right. Stand him up! Stand him up! Stand him up, Dan! Get him up! Stand him up! Stand him up! Away from me.
Ryan Morris, is that what you want? You want another Ryan Morris on your hands, or what? Stop. Why have we been going to church all these years? Why have we brought our children up? In the minute something. I don't want to calm down. I want to get this kid to death. Have you thought about that? Have you seen what they do to these kids? You realize that could happen? You realize that? Why can't you keep it together? You stay in line. You go to church.
Come on! Get that hetero faggot away from me! Take him up! Move it! Move it! Breeder! Yeah! Get him away! Here. Come on! Come on! Get him! Get him! Get him! Yeah, get him! Get him! Get him! Come on! Come on! Come on! Yeah! Yeah! Get him! Yeah! Let me see your face, huh? Huh? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. 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 Okay.
The message, guys, okay? Let's just clear out.
Hey, 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 hey,
He's had enough.
I say when he's had enough. What's wrong with you, Mike? Huh? Don't tell me you got some sort of soft spot for this candy-ass row. Huh? Prove it. I said prove it. We're just getting started.
I don't have to prove anything to anybody, okay? Gil, this isn't right. What are you gonna do with this thing?
Anybody? Get him! Go! Stop! Get him! Get him! Get him! Come on! Whoa! Get him! Whoa! Whoa! Come on! Get him down! Get him down! Hey! Hey! Come on! Move him! Move it out! Oh, Ryan, I am not done with you yet. Get up here! Get up here! You! Right here! Yeah! Bada, 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 bada! Yeah! Yeah! Oh, okay! All right! Here we go! Here we go! Here we go! Hit him! Hit him! Yeah! That's an 8! That's an 8! Bada, 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 bada! Bada, bada! Hit him! Come on! Oh!
What are you smiling about, young lady, huh? You're late.
Practice ran long.
You look at me when I'm talking to you. How come Ian was home in time for dinner? Huh?
I don't know. Maybe because he's just a lame towel boy.
Paula, stop that. And what is that on your cheek?
Oh, the little creep Emily Curtis kicked me.
She what? Why would she do that?
We taught her a lesson. Reverend Rachel says we're supposed to do God's work and kill them all.
Hey! Bada, bada! You gonna remember this? Come on, yeah! Yeah, you're gonna remember this moment, aren't you? Hey! Hey, you're gonna remember this. Huh? Remember this?
Come on, Bill, let's go.
You got some kind of problem, Mike?
You wanna hit him again?
Mike, huh? Stops.
Bill,
Mike's right, man. It's not okay.
you need to move out of here. This is wrong, Bill. All of you, this is wrong.
Hey, boys, you're right. All right. Let's go. Let's say one more prayer. Go. Go on. Go ahead. Revelations, chapter 17, verse 16. And the seventh angel poured out his vial into the air. And there came a great voice out of the kingdom of heaven from the throne, saying, "It is done." We are doing God's work!
Smear the queer! Smear the queer! Okay, Ralph. Die, reader! Romeo and Juliet? That's so queer. What are you, Emily? Some kind of rose?
Where are you going?
I don't know. Guess you didn't like playing Smear the Queer.
What?
What did you do to Emily?
It's disgusting, and I'm not gonna have it.
Calm down, honey.
What about Cooper? Have
Just
you thought
please
about
calm
that?
down.
What if he gets beat up too?
Excuse me?
And I only beat her up a little bit.
Wait, honey, please get the Curtises on the phone. Yep. You can explain to all of us what you did to Emily, and you can apologize to her as well, and her parents.
I'm trying to protect her.
I understand that.
It's Pete Santilli. Curtis residence.
Completely unacceptable. She would like to apologize if that's okay with you.
Yeah, we appreciate that. You hang on, I'll get her. It's Pete. Paula wants to apologize.
Oh, good. You know what? She's probably washing up. I'm just gonna bring her on the phone. You stay right here. Calm down.
People are gonna think I'm like you. That's gross.
Emily? Emily? You've got a phone call, hon. Honey? Are you okay?
Do us all a favor, bro. You kill yourself.
Honey, are you okay?
Entertain a great voice. From the kingdom of heaven, from the throne. We are doing God's work!
Emily? Emily! Open the door. Open! Honey? Open the door right now. Vicky! Oh, God. Vicky! Hang on. Back off. Back off. Back off. Open the door. Now, push it open. Push it open.
truly believe that once in your life you meet someone who just changes your whole world around. I thank God for showing me how to love someone. For giving me Ryan. Someone once told me this quote you may have heard of. Give me my Romeo. When he shall die, take him and cut him out into little stars. And he will make the face of heaven so fine. Because the only thing that lasts forever is love.
Hi.
Hi.
Why do people hate us so much?
I guess they don't understand love like ours. Maybe they never will.
Well, isn't our love the same as theirs?
It is.
Maybe someone should teach them that.
Emily.
Bye.
Bye.
How can I help you, sister?
First book of Peter, verse 4, line 8. Above all, love each other deeply. Because love covers over a multitude of sins. I think that covers my sin. How much yours?
Hey, you. I just wanted to let you know that I was safe. And, where I am right now, I have an amazing view. You in all of your glory. I love you. See you soon. Hey, you. I just wanted to let you know that I was safe. And, where I am right now, I have an amazing view of you in all of your glory. I love you. See you soon. Hey, you. I just wanted to let you know that I was safe. And, where I am right now, I have an amazing view of you in all of your glory. I love you.